Hello students. Yesterday when I was on live streaming, some of the students who are going through my CA foundation course have asked for exercise 2H, and I told them that I am going to upload that exercise very soon. So today in this video and in my subsequent videos you will get the solution of that exercise, which is of equations of CA foundation course. So let us start with that exercise. See, this exercise is unit 1 exercise H. Choose the most appropriate option A, B, C or D, and the question number 1 is the sum of two numbers is 8 and the sum of their squares is 34. Taking one number as x, form an equation in x and hence find the numbers. The numbers are, and options are 7, 10, 4, 4, 3, 5 and 2, 6. These are 4 options. See, we will be doing it first with the conventional method. Here we have been given that sum of two numbers is 8. Means if I take one number as x, then another number will be 8 minus x. Because sum is, we know x and 8, because we know that the sum is x plus 8 minus x, which is equal to x. So if I take one number as x, another will be 8 minus x. Now, according to question, sum of their squares is 34. Means if I form the equation, it will be x square plus 8 minus x square. This is equal to 34. This will be my equation. Sum of the squares of those numbers is 34. So x square plus 8 minus x whole square will be equal to 34. Now you see that we have the formula of a minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. And if I use the formula here to expand 8 minus x whole square, then my equation becomes x square plus 64 plus x square minus 2 into 8, that is 16, x is equal to 34. This is my equation. Simplify this. So this gives us x square minus 16x. It will be x square plus x square, so it is 2x square minus 16x. 64 minus 34 is 30. This is equal to 0. How we have obtained it? X square plus x square is 2x square, minus 16x has come as it is, 64, and when 34 comes on the left hand side, it will be of minus sign. So 64 minus 34, we are remained with 30. Now we can divide the whole equation by 2 to simplify it. So divide the equation by 2. We obtain x square minus 8x plus 15 is equal to 0. This is my equation. Now we can solve this equation by method of factorization. Now how to factorize it? See, we require two numbers such that their product is 15 and their sum is 8. Surely those numbers are 5 and 3. If I multiply 5 by 3, I obtain 15, and 5 plus 3 gives me 8. So I can split the middle term and factorize it. I obtain x square minus 5x minus 3x plus 15 is equal to 0. This gives me, now x can be taken common. I obtain x minus 5 in the bracket. Minus 3 can be taken common again. I obtain x minus 3 in the bracket, x minus 5 in the bracket. So this gives me 0. X minus 5 is taken common again. In bracket I obtain x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now I have factorized the polynomial which was there on the left hand side, that is x square minus 8x plus 15 is equal to 0. Now if x minus 5 is equal to 0, I obtain x is equal to 5. And if I put x minus 3 is equal to 0, I obtain 3. That is, two roots of this equation are 5 and 3. Two roots I have obtained. Now again see what is my x. My x is one number. So one number is 5 and another number is 3. Now if I take first number as 5, then another number will be 8 minus 5, that is equal to 3. And if I take one number as 3, second number will be 8 minus 3, that will be equal to 5. So one number is 3 and another number is 5 is my solution. Now we can check the solution also by putting these values in the given conditions. See, we have been given that sum of the numbers is 8. So if I do 3 plus 5, then I obtain 8, which is true. And the second condition of the question is sum of their squares is 34. So if sum of their squares is 34, then again I find that 3 square plus 5 square is equal to 9 plus 25, which is equal to 34, and my second condition is also satisfied. So the answers as 3 and 5 is the correct. I have checked also my answer. So here I find that my which option is correct? My option C here is the correct option. So tick here C as correct option. Now we can check such questions by using options also. First option is 7 and 10. Now if I perform the conditions on this set of numbers, then 7 square plus 10 square should be equal to 34, whereas I find that it is 49 plus 100, which is equal to 149. Surely this answer is wrong answer. Now see the another pair. Another pair is 4 and 4. Sum of course is 8, but here if I do the second condition activity, then 4 square plus 4 square, that gives me 16 plus 16, which is equal to 32. So here also I am not obtaining 34, and hence this option is also wrong. Third, we have already seen that is the correct one. And fourth, if I do, then sum of course is 2 plus 6 is 8, but when we do the squares and add, then 2 square plus 6 square gives us 4 plus 36, which is equal to 40. And hence this option is also wrong option. So here we have checked also, and we have seen both the ways of solving such questions. First is by options, and by options we found that answer 3 and 5 are correct. Second is by the conventional method, by the subjective method, in which we have framed the equation and found the numbers as 3 and 5. Now we will do the next problem. We have seen the question number 1, and I hope that you have understood it. Now we will see the question number 2. Let us see what this question says. Question is, the difference of two positive integers is x and the sum of their squares is 89. Taking the smaller integer as x, form a quadratic equation and solve it to find the integers. The integers are, options given to us are 7, 4, 5, 8, 3, 6 and 2, 5. See, we take first integer as x. Then what will be the second integer? It will be 3 plus x. this we have taken smaller, x I have taken the smaller integer, and 3 plus x I have taken the larger. Now if I subtract 3 plus x minus x, then I obtain 3. Means this assumption is correct. Now I am to make the quadratic equation using the second condition of the question. The question says sum of their squares is 89. Now apply it. So I obtain x square plus 3 plus x whole square. This is equal to 89. Sum of the squares of those numbers is equal to 89. This is how I have formed the quadratic equation. Now simplify this. Now here the formula for a plus b whole square is to be used. We know that a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. This is our formula. So using that formula, this equation can be rewritten as x square plus 9 plus 6x plus x square is equal to 89. Simplify this. X square and x square means 2x square plus 6x will come as it is. 9 minus 89, so it will be minus 80. This is equal to 0. Divide the whole equation by 2. So divide equation by 2. Now this gives us x square plus 3x minus 40 is equal to 0. Now this polynomial is to be factorized. We will use the method of factorization in order to solve this quadratic equation. Now we require two numbers such that their product is 40 and their subtraction. Here the minus sign is there. This gives us subtraction, and the subtraction should be 3. Surely those numbers are 8 and 5. 8 into 5 gives me 40. 8 minus 5, that gives me 3. So middle term can be splitted using these two numbers. So this gives us, equation becomes x square plus 8x minus 5x minus 40. This is equal to 0. This gives us x can be taken common, x plus 8. Rest work is simple. Minus 5 taken common, x plus 8 in the bracket. This is equal to 0. This gives us x plus 8 in the bracket. X minus 5 here. This is equal to 0. Therefore, two values of x are minus 8 and 5. Now minus 8 cannot be there because we see in the question that integers are positive integers. So minus value we are rejecting. We have to reject this minus value. Acceptable value is 5. So what is our x? X is our smaller number. So smaller number is 5. Now the larger number will be 3 plus 5, which means 8. And hence one number is 5, second number is 8. This is our answer. Now let us see which option is correct. Here we find option B is the correct option. One number is 5, smaller one is 5, second number is 8. Now again, this question can be solved using options one by one. And if we take these options, we find first option is 7 and 4. Surely the difference here is 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. Both are positive integers. Now apply the second condition. See, sum of their square should be 89. Now 7 square is 49. 4 square is 16. This gives me the sum as 65, which is wrong because sum should be sum of the squares should be 89, and hence this option is wrong. Now see the second, which is our correct one, and we can check it also. So it is 25 plus 64. 5 square is 25, 8 square is 64. That gives me 89, which is the correct one. Now the third option again we see. Third option is 3 and 6. 3 square is 9, 6 square is 36. That gives me 45. Again wrong. And last option is option D is 2 and 5. 2 square is 4, 5 square 25, which is the sum is 29, which again is wrong. So we find that if we take the options one by one, then also we find that our option B is the correct option. Now, as I have told earlier also in many of my videos, in such questions, normally it is good that if we can solve those questions using options one by one, and that saves our time also. So here also, if we solve the question using the options one by one, we find that becomes the short trick for the question, and the question and the answer also we obtain in less time. So practice the question in such a way only that first see that whether the options given to us can be of some use or not.